everybody. It's an occasion. It's an occasion. Long time coming. So I'm still kind of figuring shit out. Um, but it's getting better. My last few videos could have been better, could have been worse, but we're gonna keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep pushing. Keep it moving. But I'm pretty happy with how everything's turning out. I mean, considering that I've never edited a video or tried to be like on YouTube or anything, so it's cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right, so I have so much show to get into right now. So much show. And I'm kind of pissed that I can't hear the music in my headphones, but what if I do that? Yeah, that's better. All right. So I want to talk about real quick diets, because a lot of people are going on diets, for the pandemic, and I think I did like the opposite of diets. I did like I tried to like order Postmates, 3 times a week because I felt it was my duty. But I mean, in hindsight, it sounded like a good idea. But back then, like when everything first started, I was like biking to work, and I was actually getting some exercise in, and it just worked out perfectly because like where my job was and it was just far enough to where I got a good workout, and it was not that far to where I'd get totally exhausted by the time I got there. So that was cool. And what I've learned is that just because you can eat chimichangas 3 days a week doesn't mean you should. And December was really hard for me for sure, and I was definitely getting into my feelings, but I just have to change and tweak one or two little things, you know what I'm saying? And I started doing that a couple weeks ago. Like right as January hit, I started eating a little bit better, and I started to try to watch what I eat, and just cut out one or two little things, you know what I'm saying, that were unnecessary. And so I'm on the right track, and starting next month I'm going to start to work out again, and really start to push myself harder. It's just it's still shitty outside, you know what I'm saying. We're getting some sunny days here, but it's still kind of shitty out. So I'm just trying to bide my time, you know what I'm saying, and trying to eat a little bit healthier, and one thing at a time, First things first, trying to get your diet right, and then you can start to work on other things, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I feel good about where I'm headed, where my body feels right now. But wow, I mean, especially during December. I mean, Jesus Christ, I was just eating really healthily and without regard for what was coming next. So, but you know, no looking back. No looking back. You know what I'm saying? So I have a problem with. I have a huge problem with passwords these days. I mean, I just feel like there's way too many passwords in general. Like, I just have way too many passwords. Like, I don't understand how everybody can, like, try and remember everybody's password. Like, because you can't use the same one every time, right? But it's like, fucking A. I mean, what? I don't know if we need to, like, invent, like, an app or something that's like a universal password or something. But, like, I just don't understand how people can have so many fucking passwords. You know what I'm saying? And now they're like giving you options to like save certain passwords, and that's good and dandy and all, but I'm just not down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to save passwords anywhere. I just don't. So I'm like, yeah, I'll remember that, and I have a few stored somewhere, and I find them if I need them, but it's just ridiculous the amount of fucking passwords we have. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. We have way too many passwords, and it's fucking. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. It's getting stupid. You figure how many apps do you have on your phone, and how many apps are fucking require passwords. And then not only that, what I'm saying, if you have them stored and you don't have to sign in through your phone, and you go on your laptop and you want to figure something out on there, and then it's a whole fucking ordeal because you haven't logged into your account for so long because you don't have to. And it's just a huge pain in the ass, and I fucking sick of it. I fucking hate passwords, and we need to get rid of them already. Just give everybody a universal password and be done with it. Because this is fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, it's just weighing heavy on my mind. And because I got locked out of one account, and it really sucked because it took me a while to get back on track. So I'm actually fucking I'm on a few platforms right now. I was supposed to be on Twitch, but my fucking camera sucks and it keeps stalling. I don't know why my fucking nothing goes the way I want it to. I just downloaded all this software to be on Twitch, and it's not fucking working. It's like, why isn't it this working? I don't know why it's not working. So, alright. Today, I wanted to get on here today. I wanted to make a show today because it's not just like any day, It's fucking Inauguration Day. And I just can't. It's great. I mean, it's a great day. It's a fucking awesome day to be an American right now. And I have, it's been a while since I've been able to say that. And so I can't believe this day's finally here, and it's like finally starting to sink in. But I'm really glad that it's finally over. I mean, the Trump administration is finally over, and I'm just happy, that this is a new day. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Chicago's checking in. I'm just saying what's up. I'm just saying hi. I hardly get on Periscope anymore because I know it's ending. But I just want to get on here today and say what's up to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing safe. Hope you're checking up on your loved ones and trying to enjoy this day as much as you can, because this is a day unlike any other, and it's like it's almost like we live in times. We live in unprecedented times. You know what I'm saying? We live in times we're making history. But at what point are you like sick of making history? Like, I don't want to be. It's like we're living in a weird time right now where we're making history, but it's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? This is kind of a fucked up time. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm saying you have to find something to hold on to right now, and try to find something positive to hold on to and creative. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like, a lot of federal funding is not going to go to the arts or any kind of, forward thinking movement. It's going to go to security systems and, vaccination. Pfizer, big pharmaceuticals is going to get all the federal funding now. So you have to find something, man. You know what I'm saying? Find something. True that. I'm not gonna sit here and preach to people. All I'm saying is that it's not easy for anybody. Trust that. It ain't easy for anybody right now. So just understand that. And as long as you acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, your neighbor, just say what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's all you really have to do. But that being said, yeah. So I wanted to speak on the Trump administration for the last time, because for me, as you know, I try to look at it from both sides. I try to say, like, I know conservatives that made sense, not in the sense that politically made sense. They were just cool people, And I try to understand. Where the conservatives were coming from, and so it wasn't easy, you know what I'm saying, because they would always, the craziness or the stupidness will come out. It's at some point, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is fucking stupid. And and so I think the media really toned down what I was hearing on the streets about the Trump administration, and Trump in particular. I think they really toned it down because Trump was president. And but I mean, that's all over with. All I'm gonna say is that one of the big reasons why Trump got elected was because he was trying to build a wall. That was his big fucking platform that he was trying to, get voters for. And the thing is that, I am not a Trump supporter whatsoever. I'm not a Republican whatsoever, but I think that both. I mean, Democrats were not opposed to immigration reform. You know what I'm saying? Like, immigration reform is a topic that people need to address, and I think that building the wall was the stupidest way to address it. Every which way. I mean, it was money that could have been spent way better, and I think everybody had an understanding of that. Like, you're gonna spend $100 million to build a wall for what? They're building tunnels. I mean, you're this isn't we're gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Well, why the taxpayer money could be spent 100 different ways better. And it was just I just couldn't understand how people didn't realize that. You know what I'm saying? I think people did, but they're the conservative party was supporting their guy, and I just it was just fucked up to me. It was just like a fucked up situation, and it just kept going downhill, going down a downhill spiral, and it was just it just as soon as you thought things couldn't get worse, they did under this administration. And all I can say about Trump is don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. You know what I'm saying? I'm so fucking glad he's out of that office. And I think people need to remember what happened, and what kind of character this guy is and what he brought. And just remember it, if anybody tries to pull this shit again. Yes, I live in Oregon where weed is legal. But that's all I really wanted to. That's all I really wanted to say about the Trump administration. I mean, we're turning the page, and there's no looking back now. There's no looking back. I mean, from what I seen, what stood out to me was how the media, as soon as the election was over, they totally tried to tone out his dumbass rhetoric, and it was really cool to see because it wasn't just one or two platforms. Eventually, he fucking did enough damage that he got banned from social media platforms. And guess who else isn't? Who else is banned from social media platforms? Guess, or internet for that matter. Child molesters and fucking known felons. So he's in that category now. The weed is good. The weed is delicious. But yeah, you can tell towards the end there, what stood out to me was how the media was trying to mute him out because they did give him a platform because he's the fucking president, right? So he was given platforms and he was given special treatment because he was the president. And now, as soon as the election was over, all that shit just went away. I'm not sure about how it went in other countries, but here in America, that's what stood out to me was that he was done. That people weren't gonna give him the platform that he once had, and I was glad for that. I mean, because we're still in a fucking pandemic, you know. So there's other shit to talk about, but still. Yeah, it's funny what stands out, what sticks out to you though. I mean, I guess I'm lucky because like I work in a like a a very colored section of the city now, and I couldn't feel safer. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, it's kind of strange to say, but like when everything was going down, like you know, Trump supporters don't need to go far to find us. You know what I'm saying? If they really want to start some shit, they know where to find us. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna bring Trump up any fucking more whatsoever on any of my fucking platforms at all. You know what I'm saying? Uh it would have to be him like getting caught, you know, doing some other bullshit. That's the only way that he's gonna get back on my list. Okay. So but it's a new day. January 20th. Unforgettable day. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, but first things first, right? First things freaking first. It seemed like this day was never gonna come, and it was just taking forever and ever. But first things freaking fucking first. Let everybody get where they need to be to make the right choices. All right. Now we're moving on. Now we're moving on. We are moving on, ladies and gentlemen. No looking back. Write that shit down. No looking back, y'all. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. My hair's getting in my way. Sorry. NFL. Switching gears to the NFL, right? First on my list, Chiefs and Browns. So the first thing that stood out to me was the Sorensen hit on Higgins. And it was, you know, the commentators, I think it was Tony Romo, right? He was saying how, you know, it's helmet to helmet. But what my question is, I mean, at what point is it not football anymore? Because honestly, the guy was about to score. It changed the momentum of the game. If you're a safety in a playoff game, you try to make plays. I just you know, they didn't flag it, but if it wasn't a possession where the ball changed hands, I mean that was why they couldn't review it, because the ball didn't change or changed hands, and it was they couldn't review it because it wasn't a penalty, all right? So they was but and I'm glad that they couldn't review it. Now people are talking shit about the call because it's a turnover. At the same time, it makes sense because you're not just fumbling the ball out of bounds, you're fumbling it in your end zone. I thought it was the right call. I thought the hit on Patrick Mahomes didn't look bad, but there's the neck has a lot of nerves. I wouldn't be surprised if homie pinched one of them. Maybe indirectly or directly, but something weird happened there. And but honestly, I would, if you're gonna win the Chiefs, wouldn't you rather have their best team on the field, right? That way there's no discussion or No shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? You know, you want especially at this time, you want your team to play your challenger at their best. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you know, it's just weird. It's not that it's weird. It's like there's almost like you can almost say what if, you know. You have to leave no doubt. I mean, it's not that you have to leave no doubt. It's that you would rather be considered like, well, it was a fair game. You don't want they didn't leave it up to the officials. You know what I'm saying? It was your best against our best, and let's get it. You know, that's how it should be. Okay. Bucks and Saints. Right. So here's the thing about the Saints. Drew Brees may have been playing with broken ribs, but he's been their starting quarterback for the whole year. So are you gonna be like trying to sit him down for Jameis Winston? You have to write out your quarterback if he's been, you know, if he's shown loyalty all these years. The guy's retiring. All I'm saying is that at least the Bucks are gonna play a team that has a quarterback that can throw farther than 15 yards, and not only that, is competitive and is, you know, playing at a high level, which they're gonna get. Listen, the Bucks are gonna get all they can handle from Aaron Rodgers, and that's it's a tall order. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Bills and Colts, it's kind of the same deal. Rivers, I love Rivers. I mean, I thought he's a great player, but you know, he's gonna play a quarterback or a team with a quarterback that's a different animal that can make a lot of plays. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Packers Rams, you know what Aaron Rodgers did to the Rams defense seemed easy, right? It's like, oh my god, it looked easy, right? But you have to understand that what he does and what he did to the Rams defense shouldn't be overlooked whatsoever. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm really upset that my Twitch didn't work today. I'm really upset my Twitch didn't work today. All right. Here we go. Here we go. You see, I gotta. Here we go. Here we go again. All right. Yeah, so my camera is shit on my computer. But I'm probably going to switch over to Twitch. I'll probably switch over to Twitch here shortly as soon as I figure out what's going on. I'll probably switch over to Twitch. I think I just had too much going. That's why my Twitch didn't come out. Anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the El Grando Show proudly presents the top 5. Ooh. All right. Can I get a drum roll? Drum rolls. Drum roll. Drum roll. Drum roll. Drum roll. Motherfucking drum roll, motherfuckers. Top 5 Super Bowl games. Now, this list is biased. These are games that stood out to me. They're pretty good games, and I know there's a lot more Super Bowl games that may have been left off my list, but this is my list, and I'm sure there's a lot of other Super Bowls that I haven't seen, and maybe one day I will see, but there's like not a lot of footage before 1970, right? All right. Number 5, Super Bowl 39 between the Patriots and the Eagles. This was their first meeting. I think it was Pats 24, Eagles 21. And what stood out to me was that they had Donovan, Terrell Owens, and, what stood out to me was the Eagles that year. Because the Eagles had a great run. That year, the Eagles were playing the best football, in my opinion, that year. And I totally thought they were going to win that game. Because, because what stood out to me was the playoff games for the NFC that year, because the Eagles those games were better. Maybe they're not better than the Super Bowl, but they're some of the best games that I've ever seen. And off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you one in particular, but I just remember thinking how the Eagles were playing at a super high level, and I thought that, it's going to take a lot for the Patriots to win, but but they pulled it out, and I'm sure that the Eagles wanted that one back. Number 4. Just a quick note: the halftime show was Paul McCartney, and it was in Jacksonville. MVP Deion Branch. I forgot Paul McCartney did the halftime show at Super Bowl 39. That's pretty amazing. I don't know how I forgot that one. Number 4. Number 4. Super Bowl 47. This was the Harbog Bowl. And that's what stood out to me. It was the first time I think that two brother head coaches were coaching. I believe this was the last Super Bowl that I seen in New York. One of the last ones. I think what stood out to me from this game was the girl that I was with at the time and what she was doing for me, and the game for sure, but it was more about just the time at that time, you know what I'm saying, like what I was doing and who I was screwing. It's something I'll never forget. All right. Beyonce was the halftime show, and Destiny Child. I don't remember that at all, but I was really trying. Ravens, MVP Joe Flacco, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, New Orleans. By the way, the end score was 34-31. And that was the show. I was the Super Bowl where the lights turned off, where it was totally and that was kind of stupid, right? That was like how the fuck does that happen? You know what I'm saying? But it was like a new stadium, I suppose. And anyways, it was stupid, and it postponed the Super Bowl for like an hour. I didn't give a fuck. I don't think anybody really did. We just drank more. And then it was like, oh, the game's back on. Woo! Nice. But yeah, really stands out to me. That was number 4. Number 3. Number 3 on my list of best Super Bowls that I've ever seen. Number 3, Super Bowl 46. Between the Giants and the Patriots. Now, I think what stood out to me was how different it was the first time that these two played, because I think the Giants just got hot at the right moment. This time I think they were both prepared, and it was just different in the sense that nobody was gonna catch anybody off guard. Like they were both playing at a high level during the season, and it was kind of inevitable that they met for this second time, you know. And what stood out to me was just how great the game was, and the names. The rosters. you know, the backstory. I think this was a game that pretty much put this was a game that put the Patriots on the map in some indirect way, because like the Giants are like a historic franchise, and the Patriots, yeah, they're, played in the AFL, but they ain't start winning, for a long time. And then so they're um when they played the Giants, it like put them on a different level of like having not just a pass, but creating, more of their to their to the football club, like, adding to their history. Like they made history playing the Giants. But sometimes you make history and sometimes you're a part of history. I suppose, is that some like weird way of saying it? But at least they were there for that moment. Is all I'm saying. Like those are unforgettable games, and it was it almost seemed like the Patriots, by playing the Giants the second time, that second time was putting them in a different kind of category. And the Giants, all I'm saying is that they were like, I don't know if they were the underdogs. They probably were, but it's like they were the Giants were trying to. I'm talking about like the other side of the other side of that coin is the Giants were uh, a proud franchise, who were getting back to uh, a great to where of you know back to history making teams, and not so many words, but it was great. It was great for sure. And I can talk about that game for hours and hours, but we're gonna move on. We're moving on. Number two, number two on my list, Super Bowl 44. Oh wait, let me. I didn't do the halftime show. Halftime show. Halftime show was Madonna featuring LMFAO, Mia, Nicki Minaj, and CeeLo Green. Wow, so that's a fucking halftime show. MVP Eli Manning. Yo, man, see, Eli was bad, man. Eli was bad, motherfucker. I don't know how you can have Tom Brady's number twice in the Super Bowl. That's why, and he was just kind of like the all shucks kind of guy. But I mean, it's just that's it's not gonna go down as a rivalry. But if you get somebody twice in the Super Bowl, I mean that's somewhat of a win, isn't it? Incredible, incredible. That's a great halftime show, by the way. LMFAO and Madonna. I think I just got too drunk that day, cause I don't remember that halftime show. Number two, number two, Saints and Colts. Saints first championship. Halftime shows The Who. Nice. I don't remember that fucking. I don't remember. You know what? This was a game. Yeah, I had to work this Super Bowl. I remember that. I had to work, but that's why I don't remember the halftime show because I had to work that day. But I remember hearing about it. That's what stood out to me. I actually listened to this game on the radio while I was delivering some food or some shit. But I was like, no way, the Saints are gonna pull it out. And then later on, I found out about the highlights and the onside kick. That was great. They had, that was one of those teams too where they had a great fucking playoff run. Like their playoffs were incredible, and that's what stood out to me. All right. And my number one game. The best Super Bowl that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, maybe the best football game that I've ever seen in my life. Super Bowl 42. Come on. It was. I was in New York for both of these. You know what I'm saying? And the pride that the people got is like, you can't measure that. You know what I'm saying? And I was grateful that I was a part of that. Like I remember talking to old heads from New York, and they would talk about going to Lake Placid when the Olympic team won the gold medal that year against the Russians, and what it was like back then. And it was just it was crazy. It was a crazy game. It was one of those games where I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, they're gonna come back and win this fucking game. And it was definitely there's so many storylines to the game, and the Patriots are going for their undefeated season. The Giants are a wild card team. It was just, there's so many storylines, right? And so I was just like, well, fuck. I honestly, I didn't think anybody was going to beat the Patriots that year. The Patriots, I remember just telling my brother, hey, the Patriots are going to run the table this year. And I think everybody they didn't know, but they just kind of assumed that the Patriots, that they weren't going to lose this year, and they were going to go for the perfect season. And that's how it was from the jump. Because you have to go for that sort of thing. And you can and it kind of shows. Like, they didn't make it, they didn't try to, camouflage what they were doing. Like, they weren't trying to be anything that they weren't. They knew what they were trying to accomplish that year, and it was perfection. It was, we're going to beat every fucking buddy this year and go perfect. And then they got beat. And it was one and the halftime show was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Well, they broke a lot of hearts that year, I guess. But I thought it was dumb to go for it, but obviously they had other plans, and I guess when you got that much talent and that much ego, you can try and do whatever you want. That much influence on the league, I suppose. Anyways, it was one of the greatest games I've ever seen, and it's gonna forever stand out to me as that. Wow, can't believe we got through that, but we did. All right. Wow, unbelievable, unfucking believable. But all right, well I gotta go. I love you guys. I love y'all. Peace.